Hello, everyone, and welcome to Florence Nightingale's 200th virtual birthday party. We are so thrilled to have you with us today. This is a unique opportunity for each and every one of us to extend our personal greetings to Miss Nightingale, the heroine, voice behind professional nursing. This is a fundraiser, total transparency. There are no secrets here, folks, today. No pressure. But we do want you to know that those who do make a nominal donation will also have the benefit of a special prize. There are so many people present. We have over 95 people registered for this program from at least 5 or 6 countries. How blessed we are to have this opportunity to celebrate Florence. I want to ask you a question, and I'd like to start that way. Do you believe in magic? I believe in magic. I believe in Tinkerbell, and I believe in Peter Pan. But I clearly believe in this type of magic. So for this moment, I'm going to ask you to suspend your level of disbelief. I want you to think along with me and just believe on this special 200th birthday party. Because I think that now, thanks to technological advances that we have made, we have an opportunity to bring our heroine, Miss Nightingale, the icon of the nursing profession, the polymath, Miss Florence Nightingale, out of the clouds and into our space. Oh my heavens, there she is!
Oh, hello? 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 Oh, I see you. Oh my goodness, you look as surprised to see me as I am to see you. Why, I was just rollicking around in heaven having a cracking good time as per the usual when I received an invitation to a birthday party. Oh, for me? Oh, how lovely. You know, I asked the Archangel Michael, I said, however did they manage for me to arrive in a cloud? And he said, it's simple. These 21st century manifestations, they have an app for that. Oh my goodness. I believe I'm feeling gravitational pull and oh my gracious. What a lovely room. Oh, you've made me feel so at home here. Thank you so much for inviting me. Well, I should say that I am shocked to be here, pleasantly surprised, and one of the first surprises I've been watching is that the 21st century has not solved the healthcare problems I so hoped would be solved. I hear you have super microbes and viruses and now another pandemic.
You know, Florence, I want to share with you the fact that we've all heard about how you helped change the outcomes for the British soldiers during the Crimean War. Your family must have been so very proud of you. Can you please share with us how that can be applied to today's pandemic?
Well, I must say my family was not all that pleased with my selection of, in the first place, work. You see, in my day, a woman's place was in the home. She was expected to marry and run a home. Oh, it's noble, a noble response, of course, for many. But I felt a calling, an actual calling from God to do something different. I looked around at the Victorian way that women were treated. There was a lack of education. One woman could not be admitted to a university. We could not hold the rights to land. We could not vote. There were so many inequities. I decided I must do as I was called to do, to begin at the beginnings and help those in need.
You overly ambitious for your time? What do you think?
Well, So my detractors have called me ambitious and ruthless, and I would say, what was I ambitious about? I never took a position. I never took remuneration. No, I was ambitious to fight disease. I was ambitious for clean water and nutritious food, for free education, for housing for the poor, safe childbirth, and to thwart disease. These are the things I was ambitious about. And I beg your pardon. This is a party. I'm getting red-faced when I think of the inequities of the time.
You're absolutely right. There's an incredible link between the Scutari incident and between what we're experiencing right now.
Yes. Well, I would say that cleanliness is next to godliness, even though that particular phraseology is not in the Holy Scriptures. The first chapters of the Holy Scriptures talk a lot about what should and should not be. And the point being that health and sanitation are inexorably linked. I did my best to help spread the philosophy. You see, pandemics are not new to the world. No. What is new is the rate at which they are transferred. The first pandemic that I understood, and unfortunately was a party to nursing in, was the great cholera epidemic in London beginning 1853 and then 1854. It was a continuation of a global pandemic of cholera that began in India in the 1840s. But we had slower transportation, so it took quite a while to get to England. And then what do you know? The lessons we learned in England at the time seem to have been lost in the Crimea by the British Army. When I arrived at that hellhole in Scutari, there were no provisions. There were no policies and procedures for cleanliness. The place was a riot. Horrible, built on a cesspool. No wonder there was death and disease. More soldiers died from disease than received wounds during the war when we arrived.
Florence, do you think that the lack of provisions then can be equal to, or even more exacerbating than, the lack of personal protective gear that nurses have today?
I say, definitely. My platform, if you will, was clean hands, wash one's hands. Now, you would think I was able to tell my nurses, and we did do that, but the doctors were the problem here. They had been in a habit of taking a towel, tucking it into their waist, and believe you me, there was 95 patients to one surgeon. They worked terribly hard, but they were in the habit, being in such a frightful rush, of going from one patient, wiping their hands on a towel, and then zooming off to the next patient. I did my best to give them the message to wash their hands. Finally, we were able to help cut the rate of death and disease.
You have been a transformational leader. In today's world of nursing, we always speak of transformational leadership and the lessons that we learn from those with whom we work. What lesson would you personally give to nurses today before I open it up to our birthday celebration?
Yes. Nurses, we are innovators. We rush to the problems. We must live on the edge of change. We must use our voices. We observe with our eyes and our ears. We must use our voices to speak up to those in power who have the ability to make the changes. And we must look within ourselves to see, are we called to be in leadership? All nurses are teachers. All nurses are caregivers. But some of you have talents yet untapped. Some of you love to write and have a talent for writing. Some of you for oration, which was something I never did in my life. Oh no, as a matter of fact, the only woman to speak to an august body such as this would be Her Majesty the Queen. But your time, you have so many more freedoms. You also can, even influence people by becoming a people's representative. There are so many opportunities for you. I am proud to say so many of you are my proteges and my prodigies. Yes, indeed. I am proud of you, and I would say take time for yourself. Even 10 minutes in a corner with your apron over your head, as we used to do in the Crimea, to take some time to settle. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. If you are on the front line, you owe it to yourself to take a breath. Enjoy the sunshine, the clean air. Help your patients to walk about, sit in the sun, and enjoy nature. These things are as important as the medicines they take.
Florence, at this point, I would really love to invite all of the participants on this call personally wish you a happy birthday. Would you mind if we joined in song?
Oh, that would be lovely.
Okay, let's start. Happy birthday to
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Florence. Happy birthday to you. And don't you truly believe, Florence, that in the future, as a result of the current pandemic, we will see a tremendous increase in emotional and mental health problems?
Always so, my dear. Always so. Again, one cannot disembody one's head from one's body. We are inexorably every organ linked. The mind has a lot of control over our bodily functions. We as nurses know that. Yes, indeed.
Thank you for being with us today. The persona of Florence Nightingale. No one does it better than you do. I'm really thrilled. I'm delighted that we had the opportunity as a nursing audience from now 11 different countries to join in singing happy birthday to you and to celebrate with you. Thanks so much for being with us today, and let's all raise a hand for Florence Nightingale. Thank you.